at one time, the Kenya shilling was overruled in terms of trading. In the remember, it was the preferred currency at the cross-border, at the border places. But because we changed into the new designs, instead of having a seamless translation, we cancelled all the MOUs with other central banks. It became a foreign currency. Nobody was trading with it. And because you cherry pick which notes should it be, nobody was sure. Traders are never sure. They never follow the newspapers. They follow instinct. So if you look at from that period, from 2018, 2019, all of a sudden, all the East African currencies are strengthening against the Kenya shilling. I am calling them policy mistakes, Your Excellencies, is because that is where we are. It's an institutional failure problem that we have to come and remember that let's reverse it. We should not heap blame on anyone, but there is an institutional failure problem. Let me go to government measures to reduce cost of living. And the first thing is when the Kenya Kwanza government began the journey for bringing down the cost of living and improving livelihoods, while at the same time trying to foster sustainable, inclusive economic transformation through implementation of bottom-up economic transformation agenda, we had several issues to take up. One is to recognize that at the totality of the problems that we are facing, it's a development discourse, it's a development agenda. I heard Ibrahim saying that we should cut spending, but you cannot wake up and cut spending. Because if you needed to cut spending and to the limit where it also fits your budget, you have maybe to have the population in school, teaching or whatever, everywhere, because they are recurrent costs, and we cannot just trim them at a go. We have to understand the realities. And one of them is to make sure that we have some interventions that do not require massive resources. Interventions can create a multiplier effect. One of them was the Hustler Fund. I didn't understand what my friend Biro Kero said, and said it is 300%. I borrow the Hustler Fund to make sure that my credit scores are improved. I borrow and maybe after 3 weeks I pay back, and I observe how much the pro rata in terms of how much you pay back. So I can talk about it. I borrow, I see, and want to see how much people are borrowing. In fact, we get data of who is reading in terms of how many times. In fact, we have said the next phase is we want to visit those people everywhere in Kenya and see what kind of business they are doing. This is an intervention. The housing project is an intervention because we cannot revitalize or revive our manufacturing sector without very strategic and targeted interventions. Because where we are, we have come down so hard. And I really sympathize with the situation that 22 million of Kenyans are below the poverty line. The debate is not how it is measured. The debate that's the truth. Poverty has hit us. One of my previous works that I would have started